Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Would you please rise and gentlemen remove their caps for our national anthem. For the playing of the national anthem of the Lapeer East High School Band will be under the direction of student conductor, senior Jacob Bonesteel. The national anthem will also be signed by seniors Amanda Auksher, Tricia Chapman, Alex Early, Emily Forsberg, Liberty Kleba, and Sarah Phillips. Thank you. Graduates, you may be seated. The mission of Lapeer East High School, in collaboration with parents and community, is to create an environment that fosters intellectual growth and that challenges and empowers students to become responsible, contributing members of society. I am privileged to represent the staff of Lapeer East in welcoming the families and friends of the class of 2014 to this afternoon's commencement exercise. Today, we celebrate the 38th and final commencement exercise for our high school. This afternoon, 201 seniors will be receiving their diplomas, and it is our hope that the graduation ceremony will be meaningful for each of you and a fitting culmination to this final class. I would like to take a moment to thank Mr. Wandry and the Board of Education for their continued support and participation in today's ceremony. I would also like to thank the many staff members and administrators in attendance today for their efforts to make this a special year for our seniors. Mrs. Fenner, Mrs. Burnside, band and choir members, thank you for performing for us this evening. Finally, I would like to acknowledge the great lengths that two individuals have gone through. Mrs. Mary Moss and Mr. Jeremy Mason have worked hard to ensure that this is a special event for our students, families, and community. Thank you both. At this time, it is my privilege to welcome three seniors that have finished tied for first in their class to the stage. Brenna Donahue, Peyton Holden, and Patrick Rickey have prepared joint remarks to share with us today. Our first speaker will be Patrick, who is the son of Richard and Mary Ann Rickey. He has been a member of the varsity golf team for 4 years, participated in community service activities through the National Honor Society, and was recently recognized as part of the WNEM TV5's Best and Brightest. In the fall, he will be attending Michigan Tech University to study mechanical engineering. Patrick's remarks will be followed by Brenna, who is the daughter of Richard and Susanna Donahue. Earlier this year, she was recognized as the Lapeer Chamber of Commerce Youth Female Citizen of the Year. She has also served as her class's president and nominee co-chair. Next year, Brenna will be attending Central Michigan University. Peyton will conclude our student remarks. Her parents are Bill and Ann Holden. She has served as the vice president of both her class and the National Honor Society. In addition, she was a finalist for the Youth Citizen of the Year Award and received the Principal Leadership Award. Her future plans are to study biology at Oakland University and one day become an optometrist. All three of our students finished their high school careers with a GPA of 4.0. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to introduce our student speakers, beginning with Patrick.
Fellow graduates, where has the time gone? It's crazy to think that today we are actually graduating as the last class of Lapeer East. Seems like just yesterday we were watching our favorite Saturday morning cartoons or playing on the playground at recess. Although the past seems a blur at times, it is memories like these that pull us all together. Remember telling Grandma or Grandpa what you were going to be in the future? Whether it was a firefighter, a musician, or a professional athlete, all of us had those grand, extravagant plans laid out in front of us for the future. As Gloria Steinem once said, without leaps of imagination or dreaming, we lose the excitement of possibilities. Dreaming, after all, is a form of planning. Each of ours imagination flourished during childhood, and dreams were never considered to be out of reach. Even if our childhood fantasies are not likely to transpire, we have all blossomed into magnificent and unique individuals. Our differences are what make each and every one of us special in our own way. Don't change who you are, chase your dreams in your shoes. Search for the ultimate happiness in your life and snatch it from the stars. As Herb Brooks once said, great moments are born from great opportunities. This is your time. Now go out there and take it. The opportunity for success was established in our youth and will always be there as we progress with our lives after high school. And if you find yourself struggling in life, always keep in mind your families will be there for you to fall on. From our first steps as a baby to this very day, our families have watched us grow into our own matchless selves. Although it may not seem noticeably evident, our families are extremely proud of this accomplishment and will continue to support us as we move on with our lives. Well, we've made it, class of 2014. Celebrate this accomplishment, and I wish each and every one of you the best in your futures. I personally want to thank my family, friends, teachers, and other supporters who have pushed me to be my very best both in and out of the classroom. Especially, I want to thank my loving parents for being by my side since day one and encouraging my desire for the next chapter in my life at Michigan Tech next fall. Love you, Mom, Dad. You guys are the ultimate reason for why I'm standing here right now. I wouldn't have made it without you. So long, class of 2014. Always remember, once an eagle, always an eagle.
The present is where we reflect on our past and contemplate our future. Our society has determined that this moment, as we sit here today, is an important milestone. Sometimes it seems so common that we may forget its importance. This is the here and now. This is where action takes place. After today, we are no longer who we were for the past 18 years. We become citizens of our society. We are no longer just students of Lapeer East. We will be graduates of Lapeer East. What is the present? Sometimes we take it for granted, but in the arc of time, the present is vital. The present is now. While now may only be a tiny point on a continuous timeline, this is where decisions are made and actions taken. So choose to live your life deliberately. Right now, you have the power to shape the rest of your life, and do not squander it and do not take a pass on it. As we sit here today, we feel the excitement of this event. This is what we have been working towards since the first day we stepped foot in high school. And now, at this time, you are confronted with the question of what are you going to do next? When contemplating your possibilities, keep this in mind. Perseverance, not giving up on your passions, self-trust, believing in your ideas and convictions, and above all, commitment, immersing yourself in whatever you pursue, are all necessary qualities to have as you get ready to embark on your next journey. So whether you decide to go to trade school, college, work in your community, or serve our country, make it your own, value the people in your life, and enjoy the work you do. The present is a link between the past and future. It is in the present that we define ourselves through our actions, our decisions, and our initiatives.
Good evening, everyone. As I stand here looking out to you, and you all looking back at me, except maybe my dad, but I'd like to speak of an important aspect in our maturing lives. As Pope John Paul II once said, the future starts today, not tomorrow. We are all here as a class taking part in one of our last events together. So we may see each other occasionally throughout the summer, but after that is where life holds open its doors. We move onward to our separate ways, to our own futures. Not the futures of our parents, not the futures of our teachers, but the future of our lives. They have helped us along the way with their love and support, pushing us to achieve the life we want. We've grown through life developing and learning from all our past challenges and mistakes to better build our future. No matter what obstacles we have faced, whether it be growing up with a rough home life, catering to a disability, or even being able to learn that it can be lonely at the top, we've all been able to overcome these challenges and be where we are today. We've set goals for ourselves years ago to be able to sit in these seats on graduation day, and now we must set new goals to form the new life that awaits us all. Some of us want to be doctors, farmers, engineers, or educators, but only you can make these dreams a possibility. We all hold the key to our own success, and most of all, our future. So let the future tell the truth and evaluate each individual according to our work and accomplishments. The future holds the present is yours, the future for which I have worked is mine. The future holds the dreams and ambitions of our life goals, but it also holds the fear of what may lie ahead. Looking back, we would have never known to fear the beard of Mr. Sprudy, or that Mr. Owen would treat us with Max's Bakery donuts, or even that we would start a fire in Miss Legeski's class. But most of all, that this would be the last ever graduating class of Lapeer East High School. These are all instances we've learned to value over our time here, and that the future doesn't always have a reason, but an ambition to discover what lies ahead. The future is the guidance to take control of our lives and make a difference in whatever we choose. We are the only ones capable of altering what lies before us. The future is in our hands, class of 2014, so let's make the best of it. So I say to you, look back over the past with how it's impacted us, and you too can foresee the future. That we all may live, love, and learn, teach, trust, and tolerate, play, pray, and find peace. The past, the present, and the future are really one. They are today.
Thank you, Patrick, Brenna, and Peyton. Very nice job. At this time, I am proud to introduce the Lapeer East High School Choir and their director, Mrs. Cheryl Burnside. They will be performing It's Time. As our choir returns to their seats, I'd be remiss if I did not mention that amongst us today, we have two staff members retiring at year's end, one of which is our choir director, Mrs. Burnside. The other is chemistry teacher, Mrs. Legaski. I know they will both be sadly missed from the school. Thank you. At this time in our program, it's my great pleasure to introduce Mr. Gary Oyster to address the class on behalf of the Board of Education. Mr. Oyster currently serves as the Vice President of the Board. As many of you may know, Mr. Oyster has served our district in many capacities, including 17 years as the Athletic Director at Lapeer East and as a Board of Education member for the last 7 years. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Gary Oyster.
Before I begin, let me introduce the other members of the school board that are here today. The entire board is with us, and I also want to mention that being on the school board is really a volunteer position. We don't get paid for what we do, at least according to our bylaws, but we all comment about how seeing the success that you've attained and you're celebrating today is more than a pay for what we do. So let me introduce Mr. Mike Keller, our board president, Mrs. Peggy Bush, Board Secretary, Trustees, Mrs. Denise Becker, Mrs. Wendy Byard, Mr. Mike Nolan, and Mr. Jonathan Nugent. On behalf of your Board of Education, I'd like to say congratulations on achieving your high school diploma. And as an alumnus of Lapeer High School myself, I'd like to say, welcome to the club. That club is the Club of Graduates of a Lapeer High School, a club with thousands of members, many of them highly distinguished. Let me highlight some of your fellow club members you're joining today. The first high school building in Lapeer was at the corner of M24 and Genesee Street, where the Rite Aid is now. And a lady by the name of Marguerite DeAngeli graduated from that building and went on to become a prize-winning author of children's books. One such book, Copper-Toed Boots, describes life in Lapeer in the late 1800s. Marguerite DeAngeli's name now graces our own city library, and you are now in the same club as her as a graduate of a Lapeer High School. The second building to serve as a Lapeer High School is the one we now know as the Old White Junior High. From there, a man named Jim Davis graduated in 1951 and became a successful farm equipment salesman. Upon his retirement, Mr. Davis moved back to Lapeer, and after his father had passed away, an auction of the family property and belongings was held, and Jim Davis purchased his father's farm shop building and surrounding land for use as an educational center for children to learn about farming in the early 20th century. Mr. Davis has also been instrumental in having those reflective red strips placed on stop signs in our county through a Farm Bureau project, and has helped start and run our area's recycling center. All this in his retirement. Mr. Davis, who turned 80 this past year, was recently honored by the Lapeer Chamber of Commerce as its Man of the Year. Graduates, welcome to Mr. Davis's club. The third building, known as Lapeer High School, is now Lapeer West High. And from there, in the 1980s, a gentleman named Mike Nolan graduated. Mr. Nolan went to college, got his law degree, and became an attorney in a suburban Detroit law firm. Then after a few years, Mr. Nolan realized that good old Lapeer had things that the big city did not have. And he moved back to Lapeer County, not only to practice law, but to become active in our community. He was elected to the school board and helped to craft a plan that saw us build 2 new middle schools and pass our first bond issue in over 35 years. As my fellow Lapeer graduate on the school board, he definitely welcomes you to the club he joined in the 1980s. The fourth building to serve as a high school in Lapeer is the one you have been attending, Lapeer East High School. There are many notable members who hang out in the east wing of the Lapeer Graduate Clubhouse. Our local government includes Dana Frisch Miller, County Treasurer and a Lapeer East graduate, whose diligence helped uncover a fraudulent investor who had been ripping off our county and many other municipalities. Rick Pearson, one of the first Eagle wrestling stars, now runs the County Road Commission. Another Rick Burrow, turned his printing company into our area's source for printed news, the View newspaper group. Rick is also highly involved as a board member of the Lapeer Community Foundation, providing grants and scholarships to local individuals and organizations. The director of the Lapeer Community Foundation, Ashley Tucker White, graduated from East in 1979. And of course, #1 NFL draft choice Jake Long is also a member of the same club you're joining today. Many of your teachers are Lapeer East grads in that club. Just out of curiosity, let's see. Teachers, if you graduated from Lapeer East High School, please stand. Now, any of you who graduated from any Lapeer High School, please, East, stay up. And if you graduated from any Lapeer High School, please join them in standing. Do we have any others? Mrs. Fenner, Miss Burnside, can't forget them, they were not sitting up here. An impressive group. Thank you. Don't think for a second that any of these people I've given you as examples had anything special that you don't have yourselves. These East Side members of the Lapeer Graduate Club that you are joining today walked the same halls that you have, sat in the very same classrooms, gym, and cafeteria, and used the very same lockers as you have. They probably all had Mr. Rodriguez for history. What these examples I've mentioned did do was take full advantage of the unique skills God blessed them with and combine those skills with a passion to serve others. These are only a few of thousands of members of the club you're joining tonight. Please know that I have not mentioned many well-known and successful Lapeer graduates, but I just wanted to provide some examples from various areas and careers to demonstrate how widespread the Lapeer influence is in our world. Today, you are meeting the initiating requirement to join this club by receiving your high school diploma. But I have to be honest with you. On behalf of those who have come before you, there are some dues to pay to stay active in this club. You don't have to do anything that makes you famous or even basically well-known. But before anything else, these Lapeer graduates I've mentioned and these I've pointed out that stood on stage were successful because they were the best friend, the best colleague, the best spouse, the best parent, the best citizen that they could be. That's all you need to do to stay in their company after tonight. No matter what your future education, career, or family choices are, you can make your world better simply by participating in it. The 19th century poet Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "To laugh often and love much, to find the best in others, to give of oneself, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition, to have played and laughed with enthusiasm and sung with exultation, to know that even one life has breathed easier because you have lived, this is to have succeeded." Closer to today, the Holocaust survivor and Nobel Peace Prize winning author Elie Wiesel has written, "The opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. The opposite of art is not ugliness, it's indifference. The opposite of faith is not heresy, it's indifference. And the opposite of life is not death, It's indifference. Participate. Express your opinion. Be involved. Donate your time to a cause. Donate your tithe to a church. Donate your blood to the Red Cross. By doing so, you will have lots in common with the Margaret DeAngelis and Mike Nolans and Jake Longs and Ashley Whites that have come before you. So congratulations and best wishes from your school board.
Thank you, Mr. Oyster. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for. It is my great pleasure to announce that each senior has successfully fulfilled the graduation requirements of the state of Michigan and Lapeer Community Schools and is entitled to receive their diploma. Board of Education members, along with Superintendent Wandry, will assist in the distribution of diplomas. Faculty roll callers this afternoon are Mrs. Mary Boomer, Mrs. Cheryl Butterfield, Mr. Dwayne McChesney, Mr. Aaron Romaslowski, Ms. Summer Shones, and Mr. Bill Sprudy. During the conferring of diplomas, members of the audience are asked to please remain seated, and if they would like to take pictures, there are designated areas to the right and left of the area's main floor. Thank you.
Brenna Grace Donahue. Peyton Marie Holden. Kimberly Lynn Mitchell. Paxton Faith Rowley. Tyler William Agnew. Layla Summer Nadell Alganam. D. Billups Argue. Amanda Lynn Oxshire. Jacob Robert Clayton Almy. Elizabeth Marie Bakerroot.
Samantha Lynn Barker. Aubrey Henrietta Bayer. Kaylin Marie Bendit. Brittany Nicole Bell. Barry Irvin Bills. Jacqueline Amber Birkenhauer. Taylor Nicole Bombasi. Jacob Robert Bonesteel.
Allison Elizabeth Boomer. Shelby Elizabeth Leslie Brennan. Anthony William Brown. Dominique Taylor Burke. Sarah Autumn Butler. Michael Anthony Castaneda. Seth David Chapin. Tricia Nicole Chapman. Lisa Marie Christensen. Angela Marie Sharavino.
Jordan Renee Clemens. Lacey Ann Coleman. Isaac Mitchell Combs. Leah Ann Combs. Caitlin Rose Cook. Austin Richard Corview. Austin Dylan Coulter. Holland Matthew Coulter. Kayla Anna Claire Cousineau. Kayla Jean Crawford.
Chloe Ann Crow. Kayla Shay Cruz. Aaron Joseph Crump. Matthew Wayne Cullens. Cameron David Cummings. Jacqueline Ann Cunningham. Alexander Edward Curlett. Caitlin Renee Defoe. Matthew Edward Doust. Cassandra Elizabeth Davis.
Shane Douglas Dembski. Shay Marie DeRosso. Jessica Lauren Deal. Emily Ann DiGiovanni. Curtis Wayne Downham Jr. Jacob Todd Drinkard. Michael Austin Deswaleski. Alexander Scott Early. Paul Joseph Eastman. Dylan Edward Edgerton.
Vincent James Eloquin. Cadence Christopher Sherman Ellis. James Elton Fair. Lois Christine Fair. Matthew Albert Fair. Julia Kimberly Felton. Christina Leah Fick. James Edward Fisher II. Caitlin Taylor Fleener. Emily Caroline Forsberg.
Miranda Lou Gavette. Kevin Joseph Gaylor. Jordan Christine Gatto. Logan Alexander Getz. Kyle Thomas Gibbs. Cody Jason Gonzalez Yorks. Levi Renee Gonzalez. Chelsea Nicole Gooden. Alexandra May Graham. Paige Ann Graham.
Brandy Lee Gray. Lorenz Gremmelsbacher. Michaela Michelle Grote. Alexis Nicole Hamlin. Jordan Anthony Hartley. Dean Frederick Haas. Trevor Dylan Hilliker. Chelsea Renee Holcomb. Brandon Allen Holtz.
Austin Lee Hunt. Samantha Mary Jensen. Alexis Marie Johnson. Carly Renee Johnson. Elizabeth Danielle Johnson. Zachary Edwin Johnson. Crystal Anastasia Jeanette Jones. Alexander James Judd. Brian Michael Kaltenbeck. Kayla Marie Kaminsky.
Alex J. Kanath. Dalton Lee Kirbyson. Cody Lee Kessler. Yu Kinoshita. Colin Kirby. David Paul Kirk II. Alec Victor Kluck. Morgan Ray Kopaka. Kyle Matthew Krieger. Jacob Parker Crail.
Marissa Renee Kyle. Andrew Gordon Lamette. Drake Thomas Lamphere. John Patrick LaRue II. Sean Thomas Lee. Elizabeth Catherine Lewis. Madison Darlene Liley. Ethan Carl Lashinsky. Katie Lynn Long. Haley Tanya Lorison.
Adriana Maria Luzzi. Joseph Alexander McRae. Kelly Elizabeth Malone. Jacob Austin Mangold. Elizabeth Nicole Marth. Alexander Lewis McBrayer. Wade Michael McComas. Justin William McCrory. Ian Noel McCarty. Brandon Leroy Meyer.
Madeline Paula Isabel Mertz. Brian Jeffrey Michael. Allison Marie Miller. Crystal Ann Marie Monfort. Donna Elaine Morish. Mary Anna Morrison. Paul Michael Nestor. Hannah Marie Nichols. Jap Overvad Nielsen. Blake Joseph Nolan.
Audrey Eileen Nutt. Dylan Michael O'Donnell. Jessica Ann Ozentowski. Roslyn Louise Owen. Caleb James Palmer. Joseph Frank Passy IV. Timothy John Patton II. Joseph Lawrence Pauley. Clark William Pearson. Devin Shane Peasley.
Skylar Gordon Perkins. Jacob Christian Peters. Sabrina Josephine Flanzer. Sarah Ray Phillips. David Allen Pantowski. Keaton Robert Panasic. Sarah Patricia Pontbryant. Randall Dean Porter II. Frederick Nicholas Kassam. Liberty Ann Kihas Kleba.
Kyle Albert Rockwall. Kyle Nathaniel Rackner. Bethany Elizabeth Reinert. Patrick John Rickey. Ashley Cora Robinette. Nicole Ellen Romolino. Jalen Alexander Ross. Darian May Ryans. Miranda Lynn Swatsky. Derek Andrew Soggle.
Alec John Schmidt. Paige Priscilla Shop. Chelsea Renee Shireen. Jacob Mark Shireen. Healy Lynn Scramlin. Leroy Edward Laverne Sellers, Jr. Jacob Austin Sells. Matthew John Sheldon. Nathan Thomas Shelley. Christopher James Shires.
Victoria Ann Seiski. Bernadette Shikloshi. Lisa Nicole Skyless. Valerie Rose Smith. Grant James Snell. Tyler J. Lee Sola. Lorenzo Salido. Daniel J. Stanley. Jessica Erin Starr.
Kyle Lee Curtis Stiles.
Adam Richard Stokes. Zachary Thomas Stone. Caitlin Emily Stover. Katrina Jean Strahan. Michael John Sumerack. Kayla Nicole Sweeney. Kurt Allen Simzak. Eric Brad Teachworth. Hunter Blake Tyndall. John Edward Toko.
Yumi Toyama. Madison Marie Truskowski. Hannah Marie Verplank. Brian Andrew Walker. Joseph Burton Williams. Sierra Lucille Woodcomb. Madison Taylor Wirtz. Brant Vincent Zielinski. Jordan Anthony Sanchez.
It is now my pleasure to reintroduce Senior Class President and ranked first in her class, Ms. Brenda Donahue, who will give a farewell address to the class of 2014 and perform the transferring of the tassels.
It is my pleasure to congratulate the class of 2014 and to acknowledge the families of the graduates, the faculty, the administrators, and the board members who are here with us on this special occasion. As we sit here today, we should take a moment to reflect on the historic nature of our graduating class. The class of 2014 will be the last to walk across this stage and receive a Lapeer East diploma. Since 1975, Lapeer East has been preparing its students for the next chapter of their lives beyond the classroom, and now it is our turn to take that next step. As we are passing from adolescence to adulthood, this event highlights the fact that we are now in the position to be decision makers and have an impact on our community and the world around us. We need to use the power that we all possess. It is imperative that we choose not to neglect our civic responsibility that we have to the generations that precede us and those to come. We need to distance ourselves from the idea that we are only high school students. When you become aware of social issues, you need to remind yourselves that you are included in the discussion. You need to think about yourselves beyond yourself. As opposed to being overwhelmed by the present issues in our society, see them as an opportunity to get involved and be an active citizen. Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren had said, "I believe the playing field is rigged. Evidence of that is everywhere. Now I've been in Senate for nearly a year, and I believe as strong as ever that the system is rigged for the powerful interests and against working families." Now, I share this with you today, not to discourage you, but to bring something to your attention. When only a handful of self-interested people are in the position to define the direction of our country and the policies that affect our families, our jobs, and our economy, it has never been more important that we exercise our individual voices. So today, I would like to challenge all of you. I challenge you to be critical thinkers, and I challenge you not to take things for granted. It is our social responsibility to be active and informed citizens. We need to work together with the common commitment of achieving a more prosperous, a more healthy, and a more just world and peaceful planet. At this time, I would like to ask the students to please rise. Graduating class of 2014, I invite you to move your tassels from right to left. You are officially now the last and final graduates of Lapeer East High School. Congratulations.
Congratulations, graduates. At this time, we invite the audience to stand for the singing of the alma mater. The band will be under the direction of student conductor Anthony Brown. Senior choir members will be leading us as we sing the alma mater together, the words of which can be found in your programs. Our graduates would please remain standing. Our audience may take a seat for our recessional march. Congratulations, graduates. We're all proud of you and your accomplishments. Thank you.